call the Anglo-Zanzibar War a war. The entire conflict lasted less than an hour and the victory was ludicrously one-sided. Yet this 1896 standoff between the British Royal Navy and a stubborn Sultan is commonly cited as the shortest war on record. Today, Zanzibar is a semi-autonomous island nation off the coast of Tanzania in the Indian Ocean. But in the 19th century, the Sultanate of Zanzibar was a powerful trading empire in East Africa. From the ports of Zanzibar, ships departed with ivory and spices from the African mainland and returned WI. An estimated 25,000 to 30,000 enslaved people were sold and shipped out of Zanzibar as late as the 1880s. According to the Historian magazine, and the Sultan of Zanzibar, who ruled from the royal palace, grew rich from the slave trade, even as the British tried to end the practice by writing suspect. In 1890, Britain signed a treaty with Germany that carved out separate zones of influence for the two imperial nations in Africa, and Zanzibar became a British protectorate. Not quite a colony, but still under the thumb of the British government and military. After claiming Zanzibar as a protectorate, not that the locals had any say, the British wanted to install a sultan to put an end to the Zanzibar slave trade and generally do Britain's bidding. In the region that their choice was Hamad bin Thawani, a pro-British puppet who became a fifth Sultan of Z. Thawani ruled for 3 years but died unexpectedly August 25, 1896. Rumor has it that he was poisoned by his nephew, Khalid bin Bargash, who immediately installed himself in the palace as the next Sultan of Zanzibar. The British didn't like Bargash. He was too independent and not willing to roll over to their demands. So, the British government engaged in a popular 19th century practice called gunboat diplomacy. They pointed the cannons of 3 naval warships at the palace and politely asked the new Sultan to Bargash wasn't going anywhere. He rolled out heavy artillery guns and posted thousands of defenders, mostly civilians and slaves, around the palace walls. At 8 a.m. on August 26th, he informed Basil Cave, the British consul, "We have no intention of hauling down our flag and we do not believe you will." Cave, ever polite, replied that the British would prefer not to attack, but unless you do as you are told, we shall certainly do so. When the clock struck 9 a.m., the British made good on their promise. The warships opened fire, relentlessly shelling the palace. It took just 38 minutes, or 40 to 45 by some accounts, for the Sultan's defenses to be completely destroyed. By that time, Bargash himself was long gone. 2 minutes AF. For such a short war, there were a large, if lopsided, number of casualties. Roughly 500 Zanzibarian fighters lost their lives in the shelling. Yet just 1 British sailor was wounded. With Bargash gone, the British installed a new sultan who immediately outlawed the slave trade in Zanzibar in 189.